Hello everyone and welcome back for the third part of our keyboard tutorial series. We are going to design the case of our keyboard. For this you will need to use CAD software. So you can use Fusion 360 or SolidWorks. Personally I prefer Alibre. Alibre is not super famous, so I'm just going to take 1 minute to present it. So it's a CAD software based on the same geometry kernel as SolidWorks, but instead of paying monthly, you pay only once for a perpetual license. You can pay more in order to get updates, but as soon as you paid one time, the software is yours forever. So personally, I have the Pro version of Alibre, but you can just buy the Atom 3D version and it's largely enough for most of usage. I think Alibre deserves a bit more attention, so give it a go. There is a free version for 7 days and if it suits your need, go with the software, it's super nice. So let's jump in the tutorial. Step 1, you will need to export the layer as DXF from KiCad. Okay, so just open KiCad, export the production file. We will need to choose the DXF version in order to get layer that you can import inside the CAD software. Don't forget to insert the plugged graphic item as a contour, otherwise you will get 2 lines and your CAD software will be really confused about this. You will just need to select 5 different layers, the edge cut and the user layer from 1 to 4. This layer will contain every information in order to build the casing of our keyboard. Step 2, we are going to open the CAD software and just create our top cover. Create a new part in your CAD software, create a new sketch and import the edge cut inside of this sketch. Don't forget to erase the battery placeholder, we don't need it. Okay, as you can see, the import is not the cleanest possible and sometimes it doesn't show as closed loop. So for this, I'm going to use the Alibre Hill shape in order to get one closed loop that render perfectly inside my software. When the sketch is repaired, you can just extrude it, you get the base of our casing. Okay, so now we are going to do the different cutout. The first one we need to do is the microcontroller cutout. So just import the microcontroller footprint stored inside the user 3 layer. As you may notice, sometimes it depends on how you aligned the USB-C port. It can be a bit offset, so just play a bit with it in order that you get a full cutout in your casing. The second step will be to select the fork screw and you will just want to do a cutout, but not pierce through everything, just pierce in order to get enough friction from the screw in order to seal the top and base cover. We will need to use the shell tool in order to erase a lot of matter inside and to get a lot of room in order to have our diode and our switch inside. So just use the shell tool and put a shell with that fit your need. Now that the shell is processed, we can cut out the different keyhole. So for this, it's still in the third user layer. Just import the key and cut through all. The last step of our top cover will be to add the tiny support in order that the casing doesn't flap around when you push the key and so on. So for this, you will need to import the user 1 layer and just import everything and extrude all the way along. As you can see, we have finished the first part of our casing and we will now go to the bottom part of the cover. In exactly the same manner, you will import the edge cut inside a new part and extrude it. Now you can import the user 2 layer. This layer contains the footprint of the back of our switches and diode. So import this. As you can see, sometimes we have some footprint that fuse together, so just adjust everything in order to have a nice cut inside your CAD software. Now that you did the removing extrusion, finally you can import the fourth user layer. This layer will contain the screw hole and also the tiny hole for the reset switch. So you can import it and pierce through everything inside your part. As a nice finished touch, I like to use a tiny chamfer on the screw hole. This will enable the screw to sit seemingly inside the case. As you can see, it's already the end of the tutorial. Feel free to subscribe or leave a like and I will soon post the last part, that is the real world building.